third week of our maths videos now. We might change a bit next week. We might change from videos to doing a little different activity, but for this week we thought it'd be good to get one more video out to help you with this week's objective, to read and write Roman numerals. Now, Roman numerals, you may have seen them around and about. You could see them on old buildings, or in fact, if you watch anything on the BBC, guys, watch till the very end of the credits and you should see some Roman numerals right at the end. Now, those represent the date that certain show was filmed and produced. So have a look out this week to see if you can spot any of them. See if you can bring me in any examples, in fact, and we'll work them out together. Or see if you can work them out after watching this video. Now, I've given you a few examples down here of Roman numerals. So I've given you the numbers 1 to 10. So 1 we represent as I, 2 as 2 I's, 3 as 3 I's, 4 we represent as 1 I and a V, and 5 we represent just as a V. Now, don't get confused there. All number 4 means is that we are one number before 5. Because 5 is the V, so this is 1 before 5, which obviously is the number 4. And that links into number 6, which is V and then I, or one number after 5, which is 6. 7, V, I, so 2 numbers after 5. 8, V with 3 I's. And then 9, we have I, then X, which links into our number 10, which is just X on its own. So 9 obviously means 1 before 10. And so that's why we have IX. Now, coming over here to some of the bigger numbers, we have 50, which is L, 100, which is C, 500, which is D, and 1000, which is M. Now, if you want a little tip for how on earth do we write anything in Roman numerals other than these numbers, the skill is partitioning. I'll show you what I mean right now. So put that down there. So, if I go for the number 153, we know we can partition that down. We know from our place value work that this 1 is in the hundreds column, the 5 is in the tens, and this 3 is in our ones column. So let's partition it down. This is 100. This 5 lots of 10 is 50. And these 3 ones are 3. Now, once I've partitioned it, at this point, I start writing my Roman numerals. But I do it for each of these numbers first. So let's start with my 100. What did we say my 100 was? Well, 100 was C. So underneath my 100, I'm just going to help myself out here. I'm going to put C. Now let's go to the 50. What was 50? 50 was L. So underneath my 50, I'm going to put L. And my 3, I can already remember, I don't have to look there, is I. I can join them at the top like that if I wish. Now that we've done that and we know what each of these represents, we're going to join them back together. But this time we're bringing them back together as Roman numerals. And all we do is we write them in the order that they appear. 153. Just like that. And that would be how we write 153. Well, how about if the number gets bigger? Well, no worries. Let's have a look at one more together. Let's say I have the number 2012. Let's partition it down again. We know that this 2 is in the thousands column, the 0 is in the hundreds, the 1 is in the tens, and this 2 is in the ones. And broken down, that makes 2000, no hundreds, 1 lot of 10, which is 10, and 2 ones, which is 2. Now I'm going to do what I did before, and I'm going to put down the Roman numerals for each of these numbers. Now, we knew that 1000 was M, but just like 1 is I, 2 is double I. Well, if 1000 is M, 2000 is simply double M, M, M. Now let's go to our hundreds. Oh, but wait, I don't have any. So in fact, I'm going to leave this section blank. There's nothing there. I'm not going to put a dash. I'm not going to put a 0. I'm not putting a cross because we know a cross means 10 in Roman numerals. So I'm just going to leave it blank. Now I'll come on to my tens column and I've got 10 here. Well, as I just said, 10 is X, and 2, my final one, as we saw before, is double I. Let's bring them all together. Notice how I'm not bringing my hundreds because there's nothing there. And how do I write 2012s in Roman numerals? Well, it's easy. M, M, X, I. Just like that. Have a go yourselves. Bring in any that you find out and about or while you're watching the TV. And on Friday, we'll have a go and see how many you can do yourselves.